Alright, it's the 28th of November, or Friday, the 28th of November, and just looking, we'll do a Bitcoin macro and Ethereum macro deep dive, as well as just update the positions I had spoken about and the plays I had spoken about. But yeah, so right now we'll do macro first, alright. Macro is what I'm trying to think about. I'm trying to gauge the bottom, right? And there's very, very simple picture I have here. And it's all just ranges. Deviation here, deep deviation here. And this is also a deviation within a deviation. Deviation here. If you even want, you can even say this isn't really a deviation because you didn't get close above. Okay, so we have deviation here, test at the mid, and then see you later, right? So now I'm proposing a deviation here, a deviation here. We'll get a test of maybe 100k, 95k, whatever it may be, or even 92k, something within here. And this might be even a supply we create within the next couple or few months. So we might just get something like do it, and then from here, we're basically going to see, do we reject off here, or do we just keep pushing for all-time highs? That is the key thing, because now what I'm proposing is if we come here and we reject off here, and the main thing what I'll be looking for is if we get a candle close below here or a candle close within here, it's going to be very, very bearish, and that changes the structure. So if that is to happen, for example, this here, right? This is our get out of everything zone, get out of everything, and then we're going to come into probably 45s, 50s, if not then 30Ks. This is very, very unrealistic, but I'm just going to talk about it anyway because we're setting the map. This is just to look at. This is very, 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 very macro, and it doesn't really affect us at the moment. But essentially, any closes below here, and for me, I'm looking at 45, and then by extension 25 to 30. If we get a fast wick in here, back close above here, it's likely we're going to go see all-time highs. Either way, I don't really care. Be nice to buy here, it'd be nice to buy here. It'd be okay to buy here, it's whatever. It's not life-changing money, I'll just probably double it, triple it, maybe triple it. But yeah, this is just all talk, it doesn't really matter to us. Um, Either way, we will know what's going to happen. I highly, highly doubt we're going to see past 50k. I just don't see it happening. If we go on the bands, wherever they are. Mm. Right now as well, it's just important to see we just retest in the mid. We'll come back to that later. If we go on the bands, okay, bad shot. Yeah, and then you can kind of just see here is what I've been drawing up. We're probably going to retest the bands around 60k. I think we're going to deviate it, to be honest. And if we lose the bands and there isn't some sort of base forming and it just like starts puking, then yeah, it will look really dark. But essentially, from a structural point of view, that's my thoughts on it. The monthly candles, very very simple. Ethereum is a bit different. Ethereum, I've drawn something like this So unlike Bitcoin, we haven't had an expansion out the range, and we've had two deviations set here, right? So I it's it's gonna take a lot to break this level here, this 2000 level, and I don't personally see it if I link it up with ETH BTC, right? I just don't see how we can just. Mm, I mean, anything can happen, right? And it does all depend on Bitcoin, but essentially, I can't see it losing this area here. And if it does lose this area, for me, and by this area I mean from here to here, it's a massive area. But what I want to see is a consolidative base. If we see like a little range here or here, wherever it may be, that's what I want to see, a base. Nothing like we don't want to just keep seeing like weak structures being built. Weak structures being built is what I'm trying to say. Um, just to keep it simple, here I'm looking for a bottom to form. If this doesn't hold here, um, and by the way, this does line up with the EMAs, 200 and 300 macro. I think if we just get the push up into here and here, the the structure is very different compared to Bitcoin. It's been in this range since 2021, and if we break out, it will go parabolic. Don't get that wrong at all. I literally just drew in deviation just for argument's sake. If it comes into here, if it breaks out of here, for example, I'd expect it to hold here to here and then keep running upwards. If it double deviates, then we're likely just going to trade around here at some point anyway, and that's just ugly at that point. But yeah, so Ethereum is something I want to look out for because, um, people do say 10k, 6k, 8k, whatever it is. If you buy out 2000, it's a good price. So yeah. Um, Now let's go into intraday. Forget the macro for now. Intraday. Cool. Um, if you go to the daily, we're at daily supply right now, and I was interested in this level for many reasons. Um, as well, we had Monday's range. I'll just put that in there quick. Monday's range. We just put the yearly open there as well, just to give a clear picture. Cool. So the general point of control here as well was coming in here, as well as a key 4 hour candle. So we kind of had this general area mapped out, but I was wary of a spike into here, and I would I was just gonna basically go into the low time frames to see what's up. But I'll just give you my thought processes about here basically. Yeah. So here and here. Right. Now if you drop down, I'll just go to the 1 hour now. From a structural point of view, it was starting to look very weak. Yeah, started to look very weak, and initially I had shorted straight away from, it was 91.7. It was bang on 91.7, which was, sorry, 91.9 it was. So basically I caught the very, very top of this, and I got filled on my buy bit. Not buy bit, big get, sorry. Then I must stop above here. Then I took 50% off here, and then I closed break even here, just for an anticipation of a deviation gets set here. So that did happen, and we got very nice here reactions here, and then I entered here uh, when I saw a very sharp rejection. Put my stop. What's it? 95, just above 95, and then I'm targeting 87.3. So nice little 2-hour trade here. And at the moment, I'm just looking for a retest into here to add more. Just another range high retest. I'm not sure if we'll get it. Just another, basically just another little spike up. If I just get a little spike up here, just add quickly, and then yeah. Um, that's it for now. Hasn't broken structure yet, so I don't mind riding this out further if we get something like a double set deviation here. We'll take that. Um, I just think Bitcoin this year's price action, what it's been when it's printed at bottom, it normally just goes up and then comes down and then just it doesn't really give this liquidity sweep. It'll just go on here, like it'll come into demand and then come into demand again, and it's almost like it's always overbought, and then it just gives a flush, you know. And right now, I'm not bearish at all. I think we've actually just crossed over the bands on. If we crossed over the bands at the 12-hour, nah, yeah, we haven't. The 8-hour we have though. So yeah, I'm not trying to jump at this really. It's just something that I like. It's on the yearly open, strong reaction. If I can get a quick 2-hour, that'd be nice. Um, yeah, so that's it for Ethereum now. Yeah, essentially, it looks like a very bad leg. This looks worse than Bitcoin. So essentially, I'm not going to be in this, but if I get this general area, I'll short this, stop above here, and then go into the charts. But if I go down to the XO charts here, the level I had was 91.7, well, 91.9, sorry, just because of this. This was the origin of the down move here. Um, that's essentially it really, yeah. Then obviously I'm wary for 95.3. Comes into around here basically. So yeah, that's it really. Oh, and lastly was Zek. This one was very frustrating. Uh, I was so ready to catch this move out, um, and I just wanted a bit higher, and I got front run, and then I was at work when this move, clean move played out. Uh, high, low, high, breaker structure retest of the supply here, and then see you later. This would have been a perfect entry if I had grabbed this. Even if I just take out this swing low for our trade there, that would have been lovely. But this is definitely just going to go straight here, and this is going to be a fantastic trade. Got it, I missed out, and I missed out on this entry as well to add. Oh man, I just this would have been such a nice trade. I'm like, I just saw this now, and I am gutted, man. Gutted. Yeah, and it's just it's clearly just going to be such a nice coin to just start um shorting the fuck out of. Um, yeah, the only last chance I have at this, if it just gives us a deviation back up into here, long this, up till here, short this, back down here. That's the only other move I'm looking for. If it gives that, great. I don't think it will. Up until here, it seems a bit far. I'm only doing it because it's a fat 4 hour supply here. Um, and it's a nice little range here as well. So yeah, structure is it's quite messy right now. Um, for me, I just like dealing with ranges more and more and more. It's just become more fun to do, just trading the extremities of a range. Shall I trade XO? If we just get supply tap here into demand here, enter this, short this into here. That's one move I'm looking to play. That's it really. That's all I'm interested at the moment. If I get that, that is fucking class. Potentially a base of what's that? 8R. Yeah, base of 8R. Potentially bumping up to 12. You know, if you scale in compound, wherever you will. This is very, very, very ambitious though. So yeah, let's see. Right now, I'm just trying to simplify it in terms of uh, POIs, points of interest, and remaining neutral to when price comes in it. And then what I want to do is I want to try to understand how it interacts at that certain level, and then from that level gauge whether buyers are stepping in, sellers are stepping in, etc., etc., and then uh, seeing whether it's worth doing business at that level. So, for example, today Bitcoin came into a level and it started just chopping like crazy. So I inevitably knew we're either going to get a squeeze up higher, come back in, and then we'll get back interested in here, or it's just going to keep going up. So because there's a lot of consolidation at a point of interest, and then buyers were coming in, a lot of buyers were coming in, and there still are a lot of buyers coming in for Bitcoin. I'll show you. Go to the 15-minute. Where was it when it was just a heap of buyers? Yeah, so buyers, 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 and they just couldn't even push market higher. So it's likely we're gonna come into here and just roll over as we are doing already. So volumes decreasing, open interest decreasing, um, prices falling. Let's see if you get a surge in volume, and basically we'll get one more spike and then squeeze buyers. That's it. All right, cool. That's it for now. Hype. One more for me. I would short this if I wasn't really preoccupied with other trades. I'd short this, to be honest. If again we get consolidation, then I'll just cut out quickly. But yeah, I'd short this deviation, deviation. Um, Probability will tell you that we are just gonna keep falling down. No point trying to buy this. Yeah, I'd lean more short. If it flips this, then it comes into here. Oh, I see a lot of people like buying hype. I just don't like the structure, to be honest. I mean, I might be seeing something differently. I'm not sure. Obviously, on the weeklies, it's very bullish-ish. Mm, yeah, I'd short it, mate. I can't lie. I'd short it. So, sorry. Don't really care if your bags are in it. It's not the like granted, it's not the conventional double top, triple top, whatever. But Unless this flips this, I'm gonna keep shorting it. I'll remain short. So yeah, that's it really. I don't really care about anything else. Everything else looks quite dog shit. Yeah, everything else looks pants, bro. Yeah, no thanks, man. Literally everything else has been pants. Pump. Hmm. Yeah, nah. That's it. Cool. So, don't think I've even looked at it. Yeah, nah, I don't really care. Alright, cool. We'll leave it at that. Cheers.